Okay, so we said here Alan is 7 years old. That's in green. His elder brother is 6 years older. To make it 6 years older, we have to add 6 onto Alan's age. So Alan was Y, so his older brother would be Y plus 6 in orange. And his younger brother is 8 years younger. So he will be Y minus 8. That's what younger means, it means the minus. If all the ages add up to 37, so I think it was, who's helping in this question? Was it Mahir?
Yeah.
Okay, Mahir, carry on. It says here that all of the ages, if you add them up, it adds up to 37. So I'll put 37 outside here. So can you add up the algebra for me, please?
6.
So if you start over here, you have 6 and then minus 8.
So is
So
it
what is 6 minus 8?
minus 2?
MashaAllah, excellent. And what is Y? Add Y, add Y.
Y times 3.
Okay, right. Somebody is writing on the screen that Y times by 3, or we write down simply 3Y. Okay, give me a second. I need to pause the video now because. Okay, how do you pause this video? Record. Okay, now lovely. So we have 3Y minus 2 equals 37. So how do we work out the value of Y now, Mr.
I think you did 37 add 2.
Okay, so let's write this question out again nicely and clearly, or if we can maybe even cut it out. Okay, so we are going to copy. We're going to paste the question over here. So how do we start working out the value of Y?
You times.
So you've already started doing the question, but you haven't followed the rules that I taught you last week. What are the rules that we do last week?
You find the first and second step, I think.
Yeah, so what's the first step?
The 3y. 3.
Okay, 3y is not a step. The 3 is not a step. The answer is multiply by 3 is the first step. That's what you're looking for. Okay, right. Oh, my series switched on. Series
The
switched
second.
on. Series
The
switched on.
second step is.
What's the second step?
It's minus 2.
Okay, give me 1 second. My series switched on. I need to switch. Siri, please switch off. How do you okay, how do you make Siri go away?
I'm on.
On what?
Press the home button.
He's gone. Yeah, he's on it. Like a car on it, huh? Okay, so 3y minus 2 equals minus 37. So which one shall I move first to work out the value of y?
The second one.
So what's the opposite of minus 2?
Add 2.
So what's 37 add 2?
37 add 2 is 39.
Copy everything else down. Now what do we move next?
Then you move the first step.
Which is time by 3.
And then I think you divide by 3 instead.
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you get?
39 divided by 3. Is it 13?
Absolutely. Fantastic. So what have we just worked out there? Whose age have we just worked out?
Alan's.
Alan's age. So we've got Alan's age here. So we know now that Alan is 13 years old. Okay, how old is his older brother?
19.
He's going to be 6 years older. So 13 add 6 is 19 years old.
And his younger brother is 5.
His younger brother will be 8 years younger. So it'll be 13 minus 8. So the younger brother is 5 years old. And if you wanted to test it, you can add them all up and that should give you 37. Does that give us 37?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, it does. So if you look at the elements of this question, so this question has the first part, which is making the equation. It has a second part, which is solving the equation. And the third part, which is giving us the ages of each person, what we just worked out. So it's got three definite parts to it. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now I've done 2 examples. This one's been recorded. The other example was the one we done over here, where he said I had X pence. Ian had twice as much, that's 2x. John had 20 pence more, which was x plus 20. We added them all up. That gave us 4x plus 20 equals 80. Then we've identified the first action, second action. We moved each action in one step at a time. And we got an answer of I had 15 pence, Ian had double, which is 30, and John had 20p more, so he had 35p. Okay, and then all together they had 80 pence. That was those two questions done. And so we made a little video on those two questions now. So, okay, so I'm going to pause the video here for the moment. I'm going to release you guys onto the questions now. I think I can switch his microphone off myself. I'm going to mute him. Okay. Right, can you send Hamza a message? Tell him not to switch his video back on when he comes back in the class. Oh, okay, I'm still recording. Okie dokie. Right, let's have a look. Question number 20. Safa, read the question to me, please.
3 boys go on a school trip. Douglas takes 3x in pocket money.
Okay, no, that's not 3. That's the pound sign. He takes X pounds.
X pounds in pocket money. Jim takes 3 times as much as Douglas. Malcolm takes 4 times as much as Douglas. If altogether they have £16, find the value of X.
Okay, so how many different colors can you see in the question?
4.
4 different colors. So let's just keep it color coded then. So how much does Douglas have?
Mm,
In the orange, we read the orange section. How much money do you have?
X pound.
X pound, nice big thick X there. X pounds. We don't need to put the pound symbol in for the moment. Okay, then how much does Jim have?
3 times as much as Douglas.
So Jim. So how do I make X 3 times as much?
You times it by 2.
Times it by 3.
2.
Because it's 3 times as much. 3 times.
Oh.
Look at the clues in the wording. If somebody says 3 times something, then he's got to have a multiplier of 3 in there. So it'll be 3 times by X. Lovely. Right. That's good. What about Malcolm?
It's got 4 times as much as Douglas.
So how do I write that then?
X pounds times 4.
So how do I write that more simpler than X times by 4? Look how we wrote down Jim.
4 times X.
Fantastic. Lovely. Right. What about the purple part now? The purple part.
Altogether they have £16.
So what does that mean?
You add all of them together.
Add them up. And it gives you a total of? 16. Now you don't put the 16 under the x's because you got to add the x's up. The total of the x's is equal to 16. So even though you feel like putting the 16 in where the 2 lines are, you don't. You put it to the side, you offset it. So can you add it for me, the x and the 3x and 4x? What do you get?
123.
Whoa. Wow, what happened there? If you add 1x with 3x and 4x, you get 123. Add the x's up. You have 1x. Then you add another 3x. That gives you how much?
3.
Okay, let's try that again. You have 1 apple. You add 3 apples. Well, how many apples do you have?
4.
Okay, so what's 1x add 3x?
4x.
4x. That's good. Okay. You need to, you're getting a lot of microphone noise coming. I don't know whether you are touching your microphone on your headpiece or you just moving around too much. You need to try to minimize the noise. Okay, what's 4x add the blue 4x? What's 4x add another 4x?
8x. No, 16x.
Are you sure? 4x add 4x.
8x.
Yeah, your first answer was right. Fantastic. Lovely. Nice question. Finished the first part. Okay. What do we want to work out the value of?
X.
So what's been done to the x?
We
What are we doing to it? We are
finding the value of it.
No, what are we doing to the x?
Timesing it by 8.
By?
because you want to find the answer,
No,
which
no,
is
no.
60.
What are we timing the x by?
3.
By the 8, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we even got an arrow and first, yeah? So we're timesing by 8. So what's opposite timesing by 8?
Mm,
What's the opposite of adding?
takeaway.
What's the opposite takeaway?
Mm, multiplication.
Opposite takeaway is adding. What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
That's better. So the opposite of the time by 8 is?
Mm,
You just said the answer. Opposite multiplying is?
division.
Division. Opposite multiply by 8 is divide by 8. So we're doing the opposites here. In order for us to solve the equation, we have to do the opposites. The opposite is time
Okay.
by 8. So when we grab that 8, time by 8, we throw it over the equal sign. It was at times, it changes side, it changes sign. It becomes a divide by 8. That's the inverse of time by 8. So we copy down the x. So what is 16 divided by 8?
2.
Okay, so how much does Douglas have then?
He has 2.
Because we just worked out x. X is Douglas. How
Yeah.
much does Jim have?
He has 8.
Are you sure? 3 times by 2. Jim has
3.
3 times. Jim has 3 times as much. So he has how much?
£6.
Fantastic. And Malcolm has 4 times as much as Douglas. Douglas is top one. So he has £8. Fantastic. It's 4 times by 2 is 8. And if we add them all up, it should give us how much?
16.
And it does. It all works. It all adds up. So again, I'm gonna section off here. So the first part is here. He's making the equation. The second part is getting the equation, bringing it down the bottom, solving it. And the third part is then finding out, basically solving the question. So it's the mystery of who had how much money, who had double, who had triple, and all that kind of stuff. So that's that question done. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video here. I might even stop the video. Okay. Okay, Hamza, can you read question number 17 for me, please?
Okay. Mary goes on holiday with X pounds. Anne has 3 times as much as Mary. Joanne has 6 pounds more than Mary. Altogether, they have 41 pounds. A. Write down an equation for X and solve it. B. How much each do Anne and Joanne have?
Okay, lovely. So it says Mary goes on holiday with X pounds. So what do you write down first?
Mary equals X pounds.
We don't need to actually write the pounds part, just write the X. Okay, lovely. That's orange bit done. What about the green bit? Tell me about the green bit. Okay.
X times by 3.
Oh, we just keep it simple and call it 3x. Okay, what about the blue part? The Joanne has 6 pounds more than Mary.
X X6 add 6.
Whoa, x6 add 6.
No.
You mean just x add 6?
Oh yeah.
If you want to make x6 more, you just add 6 to it. Fantastic. Okay, lovely. Now, what does the purple part mean?
If you add all the amounts together, it will give you 41 pounds.
Lovely. The purple part means that it gives you 41. Lovely. So, can you add them up for me, please?
6.
Yes, we have a plus 6.
And 3x.
Add x gives us. How many x's does it give us?
2.
Are you sure?
5.
3x add x is 4x. 4x add another x is 5x, isn't it? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, let's cut this out now. Copy, paste. Right. So what do we have to work out now? The value of
The value of x.
So where do we start the question?
In 5x.
Okay, what's been done to the x?
Make it small.
What's been done to the x? It's been timed by 5.
5.
And then what's been done next?
And add 6.
Okay, lovely. So x has been timed by 5, then it's been added by 6, and the answer is
41.
41. Okay, now how do we work out the value of x? Lead me to the steps. Which one shall I move first? Time by 5 with add 6.
Add 6.
Okay, you always must start the last action first. Opposite of add 6 is?
Take away 6.
Okay, lovely. Okay, so what's 41 take away 6?
25. No, 26.
You mean 35?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's opposite time by 5?
Divided by 5 equals 7.
So Mahir, last week when you done the work, your setting for the one-step questions was quite good. It actually looked like the work you learned in the lesson. But your this week's setting for the two-step questions, three-step questions has a lot to be desired, a lot. Okay, x equals 7. So what is the value of Mary? How much money does Mary have then?
£7.
So Mary has £7. How much does Anne have now?
21 pounds.
£21. And how much does Joanne have?
13 pounds.
£13 because 7 at 6. And how much do they have all together?
41.
41. Done? Okay. So that's number 17 given help with. Okay, question number 19. Let's have, where's Umeza? Has she dropped out again? Yeah, she's missing again.
I'm here, sir.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Umeza, you join me on question number 19 now. Read question for me, please.
3 people go shopping in the city. Jones spends twice as much as Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jenny spends 3 times as much as Mrs. Jones. If they spend 126 together, what is the value of X?
Okay, so start me off on the first bit. Start me off on the orange sentence.
Mrs. Jones spends X pounds.
So Jones is equal to?
X.
X. Excellent. What about the green one, Mr. James?
X times by 2.
Yeah, twice as much. Yeah, lovely. 2x. Fantastic. And tell me about Mrs. James, the blue one.
3x.
Okay. And tell me about the purple part.
They spend 126 pounds altogether.
So what's that mean? That means what do we have to do to it then?
That means we have to add it.
So what's x? Add 2x, add 3x.
3x.
Are you sure? X add 2x is 3x. 3x add the blue 3x gives us how much?
6x.
Yeah, think about them like apples. You have one apple, which is the orange one. Then you add 2 green apples. Now you have 3 apples. Then you add 3 blue apples. Now you have 6 apples. So when you're adding the x's, it's like adding apples. If the x is standing by itself, it means 1. If it's got a number in front, then it means that many. Okay, so x is 1, 1x. Add 2x is 3x. 3x add another 3x gives you 6x. Done. Okay, lovely. So how do we work out the value of x now? What do we do?
We do algebra.
So
So we
we copy this part here.
and we do the first step and the second step.
Well, in this question, how many steps do we actually have? Only one step.
One.
So the opposite time by 6 is?
Divide by 6.
Okay, so x is equal to what's 126 divided by 6?
21.
21. Okay, lovely. So how much does James have then if x is 21?
He has 21 pounds.
So he has 21 pounds. How much does James have?
42 pounds.
Because he's got double. How much does James have with the J?
She has
She has how much?
603.
63 pounds. Just add the other two answers up together. And how much should they have altogether?
126.
And everything works out. Lovely, done. So again, if you show you the 3 different sections, so we had to make up the question first of all, then we had to solve the question number 2, and then we were able to give our answers section number 3. That's why you have so much space on the paper in front of you. The question set there and space for you to do the 3 different sections. So you need to show the forming, the solving, and then the answers. So if you look at each question, we have a forming part, we have a solving part, and then we have the answer to the other part. And each question has the same format, the triple parts. Okay. Okay, now I think together we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. There's only a couple of questions left now, and I think you guys need to do some by yourself. Otherwise, I'll end up doing all the questions for you, and then you won't learn anything. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video there. Hopefully, we're not making any more parts on this recording. Okay, so for read question number 28 for me, please.
I spent X minutes doing my homework today. Yesterday I spent twice as long as on homework. Tomorrow I should spend 20 minutes more than today on it. If I do 180 minutes over these 3 days, and what is it? Does that say end? Or
Find the values of x. Find.
find the value of X.
It just because the way it's been printed and stuff, it just looks a little bit off.
On 21, 23, there's half of the words are there, so I can't really read it.
On number 21, 23.
Yep.
Let's have a look.
At the top, it's like missing words, so I had to read it from there. Tried my best to.
Number 23, Julie is Z years old. Her father's 4 times older than Julie.
The first row was missing.
Or have you lost some?
Yeah.
Well, if you lost some, then you should ask me and I'll read it to you. Well, you can't do a question with bits missing. Okay, has everybody else got Julie Z years old? Can you all see that on your sheets, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know what happened to your sheet. Maybe just a little bit of misprint there. Well, let's get back to our question. Right, there we go, go on. So, what do we write for I? So I have, so what do I write for I then?
1x.
Okay, you can write 1x, that's no problem. Okay, and then what about the green part yesterday?
2x.
So yesterday, I spent 2x minutes. Okay, lovely. And what about the blue part about tomorrow?
Is it 20x or?
No, it says 20 minutes more than x. So you spend x today and 20 minutes more than tomorrow. So how do you make x 20 minutes more?
I'm not quite sure.
You do x add 20.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what about the purple part?
I do. So you add it all together.
Absolutely, you add it all together. And what's the total if you add it all together? What's the total if you add it all together?
180.
180. So add them up for me now. So what's x add 2x add x? So you have 1x add 2x add 1x. What's that give us?
3x.
Are you sure? 1 add 2 add 1 is 3.
No, 4. Sorry.
And what's 20 add nothing else?
20.
20. Add 20. So we've done the first part. You've added them up. Now what do you do next?
You what's the opposite of multiplication?
Okay, what do you do with that? What do you do?
No, is
You have to do what now? What's that word we said? You have to solve it now. You have to work out the value of x. So you start at the x. You start at the x.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's been done to the x? Go on.
It's been times. So what's the opposite of times or the
No,
inverse?
you've already started doing the question. You haven't finished the preliminary stuff. You can't just do a bit of the question and then start jumping on the answer part. You have to identify the actions. You've identified the first action. You started solving it. Who's going to identify the second action? So let's start again. Which is the first action acting on the x? Which is the first action?
The 4 times.
The time by 4. Which is the second action?
The 20.
Not the 20, the add 20. 20 is not an action. So adding 20 is the second thing that's been done to the. So which one should we move first?
The first one.
You move the first one first. Are you sure? Let's have a
No,
look.
the second one.
You always move the second one first. Yeah, the second action always gets moved first. So what's the opposite of add 20?
Minus 20.
You're taking a long time for such a simple question. Opposite of add 20 is minus 20, you should say straight away. There's nothing really to think about that. Yeah. So what's the opposite of sitting?
Standing up.
And what's the opposite of on?
Leg.
On. Something is switched on. What's the opposite of that?
Oh, off. I think
Opposite
meant
of day.
I don't know that one.
Is night. Black.
White.
You're still taking a lot of time.
Uh,
You need to answer quickly. This is a level plus preparation. It's not. It's a grammar preparation, not a grandma test preparation. You're not waiting to become old and become a buddhi, and then you're gonna do the test. This is a test for next year. They want to see how quick you are. They're not testing how slow you are. So you got to be quick, girl. Quick off the mark. You got to be smashing it up. Okay, 100. What's 180 minus 20?
100 and.
Oh, still a lot of time. You're spending a lot of time. Your mental arithmetic and your math should be like fire. Yeah, you should be like on fire, girl. Like a little volcano. Next, opposite time by 4 is?
I didn't hear that.
Opposite times by 4 is?
Division.
Division? That's the opposite of times by 4 is division.
Divided by 4.
That's better. Keep yourself focused, madam. Keep your eye on the prize. Okay, what's 160 divided by 4? We've gone back to Pakistan now, no?
40.
Huh?
40.
Okay, yeah. You gotta be quick. Yeah. Okay, lovely. We've finished all the questions now. Now we gotta work out, go back to I. So we said, yeah, so I must have spent, that was for today, I think it was. So I spent 40 minutes today. And then yesterday I spent how many minutes?
Not quite sure. I wasn't there.
Allahu Akbar. What are you talking about? You wasn't there. It says 2x. Double it, isn't it? Who actually that you was there? We're talking about the question. Where have you gone to?
Oh, I thought you meant you weren't there, something like that.
No, I'm talking about the question. Today, yesterday.
Oh,
Oh my days, what's going on? Okay, how much do we spend on tomorrow? Tomorrow was x plus 20. So it'll be 40 plus 20, which is? Oh my days, 40 plus 20 is taking that long.
60.
Okay, 60. Yeah, we finally got there. And sir still hasn't got his pensioner's bus pass. Nearly there. Yeah. Sometimes my students take so much time. I can hear the postman walking down the road just about drop off my pensioner's bus pass. That's how long some of the students taking to answer the question. I'm getting old and nearly receiving my free bus pass while I'm waiting. MashaAllah, it's awesome. Okay, students, so we have done, mashallah, all the questions on that section, and now it's time for a break and the end of our video. That was magnificent, mashallah. Students today are awesome.